All right. I don't know what's going on with my internet today, but clearly something is happening. I'm assuming sound's back. No, sound not back? I'm assuming. Nope, it is. Okay, yeah, it's weird. I don't know why my internet's done that twice today. Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, internet's being a little funky, I guess. Probably just have to restart the router, maybe. Dog bit the cable? No, she has no access to the cable. She's sleeping on the bed. Here, I'll show you guys a little peek if you're curious what my doggo's doing. You might see a little bit of clothes, but that's her right there. She is sleeping like a baby. Ha! We did it! We got to Conqueror 3! Oh, he actually wasn't really ahead of me in eco. I mean, he was ahead by like 1,500 food, but that was it. So he actually wasn't as ahead as I thought he might have been. Guess he just boomed a little bit. What was his resource count at the end? Oh, he was like... He had... We had more food. What about gold? Pretty low on... I mean, we both are pretty low on gold. Secretly, she's taking her revenge. She does that sometimes. Jaina can be a vengeful little dog, but okay. We made our goal. Our goal was to be Conqueror 3 in team games. And now, this is going to stay this way. We're 2006 on the main, 1604 on here. We've achieved our goals for this season. That made me laugh so much. What did, Peanuts? No more team games? This will stay that way. I mean, it's true. I gotta say, I don't like the 4, though. I wish it was like a different number. The 4. The 4 is just no bueno. Why couldn't it have been a 1605? God damn it. What can we do? What was the ranks of our opponents that game? They played that better than I expected them to. Okay, so the English player was actually Conquer 1 and 1v1s. The other guy doesn't really play too many 1v1s, but he was Conquer 2 or 3, or maybe that's Conquer 1, I can't tell, in Season 2, but that was a long time ago. Makes sense. Damn, Conqueror 1 goes all the way to rank 1800 nowadays? Holy shit. Season 2 was an eternity ago. You are correct. But he hasn't played 1v1s much since then. Blade to... Yeah, big boys, like, that's never happening. I'm not... Beastie's struggling to get to 3k. I think, right? Or is he 3k again on his account? Yeah, no one's 3k. No one can get to 3k on the ladder. 2.4k is tough enough to get. hundreds of people just hang on that 1400 ELO. That's true. I do know that people don't want to lose their their rank. Their even though it doesn't matter anymore, right? Because you're gonna get your highest rank achieved. So as long as you hit Conqueror once, it's gonna show up at the end of the season as your highest rank, unless I'm mistaken. Do you know if they expand? Yes, the expansion will be on Game Pass. The expansion is confirmed to be on the Game Pass. Actually, so if you, I don't know if it's after you pre-order, but if you pre-order on Game Pass, you get 10% off. So you save like, I don't know, whatever it is. But it won't show it on aoe4 World. It should. Your account just, I think Microsoft Gaming accounts show up on aoe4 World. I could be wrong though, but I'm pretty sure it does. I'm like, it does, but not highest achieved rank. Are you sure? Because the patch is supposed to be for everybody. I mean, that was a general patch to the in-game. It shouldn't matter if you have it on Microsoft Store or Steam. Maybe I misunderstand what you're talking about. Just gotta bask in the glory. Dude, you know what's so funny? That my team game win percentage is almost the exact same as my 1v1. It's like, it's 1% below. It's all because of my allies, though. Like, we all know that. Every single loss is my allies' fault. That's how you're supposed to do it, right? I should theoretically have a 100% win rate in team games. But, you know, sometimes you just get those allies and it screws things up. I'm just kidding, by the way. Or am I? Wait, where'd that comment go? Am I blind? Okay, yes it is. Oh yeah, okay. Roll the dice, play one more. Steam is required for aoe4 World stats? I mean, are you sure? Because here's why I don't think that's the case. For starters, on aoe4 World, they have console ranking, which uses... I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah, on aoe4 World. How are the new maps going to work? If a new map that is expansion exclusive is on the ranked map pool, everyone will be able to play it, but only on the ranked map pool. So if you don't own the expansion, you won't be able to play it in like a custom game, but you will be able to play it in the fuck is this? What am I trying to say? But you won't be able to play it in offline, but you'll be able to play in ranked. Okay, here's a curiosity. Chat, who in chat uses Game Pass and can give me their username? I'm pretty sure they show up on aoe4 World. I feel pretty confident, but maybe I'm wrong. And I would not be surprised if I was wrong. You see all your opponents when you go to aoe4 World? That's what I'm pretty sure of. I have hope in their map making. I mean, from what I've seen of the new maps, because I went over them on stream earlier, they look like they're good, or at least some of them, or at least half of them. Mr.T. Well, I mean, it says you haven't played any games if that's you. How do I look for I like the Cauldron one, which looks even more open than Cauldron. Oh yeah, that the Cauldron one, Hima something, looks like it could be a good map because there's only 4 shoreline fish in the middle, which is awesome. Have a good night, Dreadloss. BC was honest positive about the new maps on his stream. Look, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a secret, and this goes to all the Europeans in chat. You guys have bad taste in maps because you guys like water maps. Most of you do. It's true. It's true. I know. Controversial comment there, but it is so true. Whenever I talk to, at least at my level of play, most of the Europeans that I talk to are like, yeah, no, I like water maps, and they're always European. No offense. It's just the truth. But, hey, what's up, Bitterlin? How you doing, my man? You like water maps? Yeah, I know you do. It's not a bad taste in maps, it's a bad taste in balance. I mean, when it comes to balance, yeah, that's a little different, I think. Eager to see you play. You just kind of missed my playing session, Silver. I just finished grinding for a bit. Although I did play English today, although it was team games. Look at this winning streak, by the way. I just want to put this for the record. Ignore that loss on Prairie, and ignore this loss here. They're all team games. In 1v1s though, we are on an Omega winning streak right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10! And you counted that right. That is 10 1v1s. What is my least played Civ? China and Malians. I don't know which is more least played. Are triangle maps technically possible? Well, yeah, you could use cliffs to make a triangle map. But my least played civs are easily, it's not even a contest. It's easily Malians and China. Because those are the 2 civs I hate the most. I don't enjoy. I should say that, and I should say in a probably more positive tone, except I really dislike these civs. These civs are the ones that Omega tilt me. Although I anticipate that may or may not change with the expansion, just because there's going to be some broken shit incoming. And it's going to be tilting. But it's going to be great. Most played Civ is Mongols? Nope. Mongols is not my most played Civ. My most played Civ? Let's find out. Because I actually don't know. I would say Rus, but I haven't been playing Rus in much this year because they're banned in tournaments, so there's no point. But if we go to all patches... actually, it is still Rus. So if we go by all patches for all of aoe4 ranked, my number 1 most played Civ is Rus at 132 games with a 67.4% win rate. My most played Civ is Holy Roman Empire with a 61.5% win rate and 104 games. Next is Abbasid. 84 games, 64.3% win rate. English, 80 games, 52.5% win rate. Delhi is my number 5th Civ with 78 games and a 73.1% win rate. I would never have imagined you in HRE main. I played a lot of HRE for a while. French is next with 74 games and 62% win rate. Mongols with 64 games and 65.6% win rate. Ottomans, actually, wow, Ottomans is way lower than I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be higher. I thought you hated Delhi. I hated Delhi until they weren't overpowered anymore. When they were broken, I hated them. With mass healing and mass elephants, no, I don't mind them. Ottomans is really low rank, low on my playlist. There's only 59 games and a 66% win rate. And I played 47 games with China with a 51% win rate. And then Malians, I have 4 games played with a 25% win rate. Now, to be fair, Malians is the one civ I never played much on my main. I mainly played that on my Smurf when I was trying to power through and enjoy them. So if we count my Smurf, I have 16 games on there with a 31% win rate. Now, to be fair, when I was practicing, when the low Malian win rate, when I was practicing them, was before they were figured out. Like, this was early on when they were a new civ. No, I'm done with 2s, Jiggly. I thought Auto was your best civ. Winning-wise, it's Delhi, and I'm not surprised. I've always been very strong with Delhi. But, you know, Roos, I'm not surprised Roos is really up there. I still think Malians aren't figured out. Oh, they're figured out. At least at my level of play. There's a reason why they're broken as shit. I mean, I say broken as shit, but there's a reason why they're broken. Overpowered. I hate Malians. Oh, I'm gonna go in rants. I'm getting PTSD, guys. I'm getting PTSD. I'm about to freak out. So weird seeing only 10 flags in that menu. Yeah, Bitterlin? Used to seeing what? What are you used to seeing? 11 civs? Because surely you don't have access to all 16. There's no way. I know you don't. There's no way. Just kidding. Delhi's your favorite civ? Delhi is one I definitely enjoy playing right now. Mainly because it allows me to be aggressive and just shit on people, and I love shitting on people. Is this the Blade Talk Show? Right now it is, yeah. We just finished some grinding. Bitterlin works for Microsoft, or he works for Forgotten Empires? World's Edge? One of the two. He works on the game, so he does have early access because he works on it. Forgotten Empires, that's right. Although I think he works on the maps specifically. Not all the maps, obviously. I'm sure there's more than just him, but Bitterlin can correct me if I'm wrong. I beat China recently by going no sacred sites full ape. You know, funnily enough, if we look at my Delhi win rate, Delhi versus China, despite the fact that it's severely, you know, I think it's pretty China China favored, I have an 80% win rate on it. Yeah, I mean, I figured Bitterlin that wasn't all you did, was just the maps. I just know you're most known for your maps, I think. But yeah, oh yeah, so I have an 80% win rate, Delhi versus China, despite the fact that China's a civ that I think is very favored in that matchup. But then to be fair, my Delhi, I think it's just because maybe I don't play against as many people who can punish me with China, maybe? I'm done, Bjort. Why Malian's OP? Okay, and again, I'm going to state this is my opinion. So when I say something is overpowered, it does not necessarily mean it's a fact. It's just my opinion. And I could expand on it, but we're just going to go with the OP comment. I don't feel like expanding on it. So Malians, with the current way that they're designed, is to have a very strong passive bonus. So they get a really strong passive food and passive gold. And now it's hard to say balance for them at the high, like at the pro level, because we're on Empire Wars right now, and I feel like before that there wasn't a cow build figured out. But Malians have like this insane power spike in Castle Age because of passive gold and passive food with the cows that they usually just destroy their opponents. Now, that being said, I think Roos might still be overall better just because Roos doesn't really have a weak matchup, whereas Malians does have, I think, a couple weak matchups. I think they're weak versus China. Well, and when I say weak, I don't mean like that that weak, really. Don't do it, Jaina. Don't do it. I know you're thinking about it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I knew it. I knew you were going to do that. You just can't help yourself. It's like a drug. Okay, there you go. No. Jaina knows not to go to the bathroom in the house. Pro gaming programmers. Man, I remember trying to be a programmer before I got into IT, and ooh, it is not for me. That's what I figured out real quickly. No, she knows I'm usually done streaming by now, and so she just wants to be bugged. Anyway, so the reason why is their passive eco. It's very hard to raid them as well, and typically they'll cow boom behind their TC, so you can't really just kill their cows unless you're super far ahead. So that's in short why I think they're overpowered. It's very hard to punish it, and it's very hard to hold off their castle attack, just because of how strong it is. But maybe at the high pro level, maybe they're not as overpowered. I don't know. But I feel like they've been also just dominating in Empire Wars as well. But again, Empire Wars balance is very different from the normal game, so you can't really go by that. Game dev program is a great way to not make a lot of money programming. That can be true for sure. Malian and terrible Imperial. Their Imperial isn't as bad as you would think. I mean, don't get me wrong, their Imperial isn't amazing, but they don't need as many villagers as other civs, so their army is always massive. Like, they just have a gigantic army. I mean, again, this is Empire Wars, but they've been doing pretty well in Imperial Age and Empire Wars. But in general, if it gets to the late game, I definitely don't favor them. Their strength is the Castle Age. Like, think about it like this. Pretend this is Malians. They're kind of slowly creeping up in Feudal Age as their cows go and everything. But then they hit Castle Age, and it goes... It's like they skyrocket. They get such a boost. And then... But if you can hold off those initial aggressive attacks, then it becomes a little bit worse and more manageable, obviously. It's that Castle Age timing that is where they're, in my opinion, the most broken. I don't think they're necessarily broken in Imperial Age for sure, and I don't even think they're overpowered in Feudal Age, but in general. They're just hard to raid, and that's what I hate. I kind of wish with Malians what they'd done is gave them one passive eco. Either give them passive food or passive gold, but not both, is short term. Like, to give you guys perspective, and this is why a lot of lower level players would struggle with Malians, is because when you get to Castle Age, you can spam like 6-7 stables, almost not quite immediately, but almost immediately. Sofas with their 6 armor, because they get that +3 extra armor, and then Sofas just raid the shit out of you, and then they come in with archers and Sofas, or javelins and Sofas, and then they just have so many units that it just kills you a lot of the time. It always surprises me how many, like, whenever I play Malians, because I've been playing them a bit on my other account, just because, they're a good civ they're so strong, I think they're good to learn, to use them in tournaments, and it's just so crazy to me how strong their eco is. Like, I'm spamming Q, and I'm like, oh wait, I have 6 stables, but I'm still queuing. I need more stables to support this, despite having like 50 or 60 villagers. Whereas no other civ can do that. You're not spamming 6 stables worth of cavalry in early Castle Age with like any civ. But again, this is my level of play where I think they're overpowered. And again, that's just an opinion. It doesn't make it a fact, because, maybe in the top 8 or even top 16, if we watch it, maybe Malians are not as good as I think they are. It's hard for me to say because I don't get to play versus the top 8 very often. Because they stream or play when I'm working, which is when I normally play Age of Empires 4. I don't really play on the weekends, although when the expansion comes out, I will be streaming at least I have Draft of Empires that first weekend, and then something else next. Wait, are you guys talking about Apex the game or something related to programming? Bjort, I have to ask you, are you trying to get a timeout? I see you just troll all the time. You're skirting the edge. It's not even like good trolls. I was just. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's a shittier version of Java. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, I mean, Fuzz, when I say my level, the skill difference between me and the top, like, 10 is pretty big. Like, when I look at most high-level players in this game, I'm confident I could beat, depending on the day, I'm pretty confident I can beat them in, like, a best of 3, best of 5. Um, not saying I'm better than them necessarily, but I mean, like, I would not be shocked myself if I won against them in best of 5s or anything, because I kind of think I know I can do it. But then you go to the top 8, right? You go to Marine Lord, Beastie, Vortex, Luciferon, B, Wham, Puppy, Demu, and I mean Louis. Again, not putting them in any specific orders, listing those type of players. Let's go top 10. And if I were to beat any of them in a best of 5, I would be mind blown. I'd be like, holy shit, how did that happen? Because I think they're significantly better than me. The skill gap between top 10 and the rest of the player base is actually pretty big. Like top 10 and then you go top 20, it's a pretty decent gap. And then if you go to top 30, top 40, top 50, the gap only gets wider and wider. What's good with Wham and Puppy these days? Haven't seen much of them these past few weeks. I think they're just waiting for the expansion. I don't think they really have a desire to play the normal version of aoe4 right now. And again, I haven't asked them. I haven't talked to them about it. Or at least if I did, I don't remember. So I'm pretty sure that's why they haven't been playing as much lately. I think they're just waiting for the expansion, and I assume they're going to grind the expansion pretty hard. Because for starters, they don't have to qualify for the next tournament, right? They don't have to qualify for the what's it called? It's not the Elite Classic, the 25K tournament in December. They don't have to qualify for that because they already qualified for it. So they don't have to really practice right now. So I think they're just waiting for the expansion. Then they'll grind it out, and then I'm sure they'll do very well in that tournament compared to the last one they did. Isn't Puppy graduating working a new job? As far as I know, he works part-time with Magic, but I only think he does 1 or 2 days a week. What do you think of Valdemar? He's a good player. I put him about my skill level. I don't think he's better than me, but I think he's about my skill level. I think if we were to play, I wouldn't be surprised if he beat me and vice versa. Or maybe he'd shit on me, who knows? But that's what I think. But I don't get to see him play very often, so I don't really have a super solid opinion of his skill level because I don't actually know. I see him play sometimes, but I don't see him play like a shit ton. If I do Blade versus Voldemort Showmatch, would you be keen? I mean, it would depend on the day and the time. It's going to be hard to do that because with the expansion coming, and I don't know when he's available. So I guess it depends on his availability. But I think the problem is I think he's asleep right now. And I know when the earliest I've seen him stream for me is like midnight my time. Which is, pretty late. So it'd be hard for us to coordinate, I think, because of our time zone differences. And when it comes to the expansion, I'll tell you this much. Once the expansion comes out, I will put myself on the very lower end of skill-wise to everyone. I'm kind of a slow adapter to new civs. I feel like it takes me a while to learn. Like right now I put myself at top 20, but come when the expansion comes out, and I probably will drop myself significantly. Because I think everyone else will be a bit better. It'd be like a 6 or 7 a.m. time slot. Yeah, I'm not waking up at 6 or 7 a.m. to play a show match. I'm a pretty, I've skipped tournaments that started that early because I value my sleep more than playing in a tournament or playing a show match. But in general, right now, I put him at the same caliber as me. Yeah, aoe5, November 14th, the dream, right? The thing is, I actually do think they're working on a new Age of Empires game, though. And the only reason I think so... Well, okay, let me rephrase. Not necessarily that they're working on a new Age of Empires game, or that they're thinking about doing it. Their last survey, they were talking about what they'd like to see what you'd like to see in the future of the Age of Empires franchise. To me, that sounds like they might be looking into starting a new Age of game. But I mean, if they are, it wouldn't be for many years. Because it asked the last survey. I don't know if any of them did it, but I do all the surveys. They asked specifically what you'd like to see in an Age of Empires game and all that stuff. So it makes me think that they might be working on a new, or thinking about working on a new Age of Empires game. But if they are, it'd be a ways off. But it would be kind of cool if they are doing that. Obviously, they're probably gauging interest and stuff before they do anything. And if they are, they're in the very early stages, so we wouldn't see it for a while. Told them I want siege towers to actually function on stone walls. I hope they ship that. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it here. I think we had a good stream today. You know, we went for almost 4 hours. A little unfortunate about the network connectivity ethers. Surveys are really important. If anyone wants a good tool to affect the path of the game and franchise, that is that. That is what I do. That is why I do them. You'll never know what my normal what's it called? What I normally put on those surveys when it comes to map questions. You'll never guess. Alright, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. Zero, you can troll me all you want, but I ain't biting. Alright, guys. I will be off this weekend. Obviously, I'll be back on Monday. We'll be grinding out we'll be grinding next week. You know, just practicing Sizz, messing around, and then we'll and then we'll be going from there. Hopefully we get some news on the expansion next week. I mean, next week's the last full week before we get the expansion, so hopefully there's like some news or something. That'd be cool. Not sure if I can't imagine them not saying anything. Who am I gonna raid? I'm going to actually raid Killer Pigeon. He's raided me a couple times, and I've never had the chance to raid him, so it's only fair I give him a little nice raid. Alright, peace out, fellas.
Like that. I do not know why Teal has... Okay,